talked about this being a business trip. Expectations have changed compared to 2012. What do you sense of the mood of the girls? They sense this is a, we're here to win it type thing?
Well, it all comes down to how well we play. And, of course, we've got a number 8 seed in Florida State, good team. But we feel if we play softball the way we can compete with anybody. And that's a goal for us, is to play our game, dictate the terms. And, we've been there before, so hopefully we don't get starstruck.
Talk about playing your game, but is there one area that you saw in the regionals that you could kind of improve upon heading into the super regionals? One specific area?
Well, I think hitting the high velocity pitcher. When Anderson came in throwing about 68 to 70 mile an hour, it kind of took us by surprise a little bit. Of course, you can see some kids down there. If we get into Alabama, Trainer's going to throw up there in their velocity. Some kids that throw pretty hard. Canyon for Baylor if Baylor beats Florida. So we've got to adjust the speed a little quicker than what we've done in the past. But we always have our short game we can go back to, and we try to create havoc, and that's what we'll do.
I mean, having faced a lot of great pitchers in the Pac-12 this year, would you say you guys are more than prepared for that task at hand?
I think so. I mean, I think we've seen a variety of pitching in the Pac-12. Ali Carter gets it up there. Dallas Escobedo throws as hard as anybody in the country and got great movement. So we've seen a little bit of everything. So I think we feel pretty prepared for it.
Coach, you guys have been here before, but is there any type of nerves at all, for you personally, or do you sense anything like that, nervousness in the team or anxiousness, anything like that?
Well, if I had any nerves, I better not show them. But, I think the team feels pretty good about it. I don't think they're going to feel too nervous. We'll try to make it feel more like a Howe Field advantage for us, just home away from home. Obviously, going to be a lot more people. There's going to be a lot of distractions. We got to talk about that kind of thing, make sure we take everything one game at a time, do the process.
Sharon talked about nerves, obviously, for her first starts in regional, super regional. This is the biggest one yet. How do you calm her down, kind of get her going from the outset?
I'm going to have to play that by as it goes, because we'll have to see how she reacts. But again, it's just telling her that to focus and it's almost like for the love of the game, where you kind of zone in and you kind of take all those distractions out. That's what we're going to try with her. I know I've given her some material to look at about slowing the game down. I think sometimes she tends to speed it up, so we'll go back to one pitch at a time and slowing it down.
The girls like Alexa, Jamie that have some experience out there, to what extent, if any, is that valuable this week?
Well, I think it's very valuable because they can start talking to the girls about the trip and what's going to happen and what to expect, and tonight's a banquet and it's Player of the Year announcement, and it's just fun. It's just really exciting to see your name on the banner and you're one of the 8 participants in the College World Series. Probably something I've dreamed about as little girls, but we've just got to take it as it is, and it's fun. We've been ranked number 1 now for 6 weeks, so I don't think they blew that out of proportion. So hopefully we can take this in stride and just go down and play our game.
Other than the College World Series, what do you know about the city of Oklahoma City?
It's humid, it's hot. We can get all sorts of funny weather down there. I'm sure being from the West Coast and some of these girls from California, they haven't seen too many thunderstorms before, or tornadoes for that matter. So it could be interesting. I know the last time we were down there, we were having the coaches meeting, and there was a tornado warning outside. So we'll be prepared for that kind of thing.
Coach Ozzie, I was just going to say, in terms of the off-the-field stuff, besides the banquets, anything special planned, for the team that you have in your back pocket that you want to use to pick the girls up?
Not yet, because you don't know what's going to happen. All we know right now is that we play Florida State, first game. After that, if you win, you play again Friday. If you lose, you play Saturday. There's some things down there like Oklahoma Zoo. There's some other things we can go do, some attractions, just to try and break up the time, because it can be a long time between games.
How do you approach the scouting of the other teams in your half?
Well, it's very difficult because there's so many games you can watch, and you've only got so much time. But we've spent most of our time on Florida State. Obviously, Florida and Baylor are 2 that we have some information on. I know Florida we played this year already, and we played them last year. So there's some pretty good scouting on them. Baylor's one we'd probably have to do a little more work on. But I did watch a couple of their games this year. But right now, Florida State.
Going back to playing in Oklahoma City, playing on a neutral field, how does the dynamic change, if at all?
Well, it does change a little bit. The fence are a little longer. I believe they're 210, I think, down left field, and 225 in center, so a little bit longer. That could change the way we cut the ball in the outfield and relays and things like that. But we played at Utah, where they have a 235-foot fence and 225 down the line, so it is different. But we've played there before. Again, it's not to make this bigger than what it is. I mean, we always go back to the fact that it's 60 feet turn left. 43 feet from the mound to the pitching plate to home plate, and 12-inch ball. So just try to keep it as normal as possible.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.